All right, in this video, we're talking about guarantees. If you're on social media at this point, I'm sure you've seen someone make a guarantee like, we'll bring you 30 patients in 30 days, or we work for free until we do. Now, I'm curious, have any of these marketers or agencies making guarantees like this actually broken down numbers for you and showed you what it would actually take for you in terms of ad spend, amount of leads, booked appointments, what it would actually take for you to bring in 30 new patients in 30 days? If not, you're watching the right video, and I'm gonna break down all the numbers for you. So let's work backwards on the numbers together. If you want 30 new patients to show up in your clinic in 30 days, you're gonna have to get 38 to 48 booked appointments. The reason is that on average for digital marketing campaigns, we see that anywhere from 70 to 80% of people actually show up at their appointments. Now, for anybody who's actually run a digital marketing campaign or a paid advertising campaign, you know that it can be difficult to maintain a 70 to 80% show rate. So if you aren't able to hit this 70 to 80% show rate, I recommend checking in on one of these three things. The first thing, improve your nurture sequence. When people are opting into your ad online, they don't want to feel like it's a bot or some type of automated response for every single outreach that they get from you. Try and improve your nurture sequence and make it a little more human. 72 hours before, send them a photo of your building and give them some parking info. 24 hours before, send them a photo of the room they're coming into to get the actual service or product they opted in for. Or 2 hours before, remind them of some type of a show-up incentive. And ultimately, the goal here is to make your follow-up and nurture feel a little more human. For number two, for every appointment that's booked on your calendar, make sure you're reaching out to these people 72 hours before their appointment and 24 hours before their appointment. I do two things. I send out automated appointment reminders with address, parking details, etc. And then I have my appointment setters actually physically call the person, get them on the phone, and get them to confirm that they will be in the actual clinic for the product or service they signed up for. And number three, if the first 2 points I just mentioned don't move the needle and get you closer to that 70 to 80% show rate, I recommend implementing a small deposit to get people to actually be more serious about showing up to their appointment. Now, the second question is, how many leads do we have to generate in 1 month to get 38 to 48 booked appointments? The answer is between roughly 95 to 120 leads. The reason being is that, again, on average for digital marketing campaigns, we see a 35 to 40% lead to booking rate. So 35 to 40% of roughly 95 to 120 leads is going to be 38 to 48 booked appointments. So what happens if you aren't able to hit a 35 to 40% booking rate? The biggest lever to pull here is by far going to be speed to lead. This means that every single lead that comes in should get a phone call within 5 minutes of them reaching out. I know some of you are thinking, how is this humanly possible? And I'd say, you got to do what you got to do. If you're spending thousands of dollars on ads per month and on management retainer fees with your agency, it is 100% worth investing in somebody whose sole job is to reach out to these leads. I can almost guarantee you that if you have somebody who is physically getting on the phone with these people within 5 minutes of them opting in, or even just having a texting conversation, you'll be able to move the needle much closer to that 35 to 40% lead to booking rate. But if you're just getting started with paid advertising campaigns, budgets are limited, I understand. In this case, I recommend setting up a very simple automation in Go High Level that can send out a text message to every single person that opts into one of your ads or books an appointment. And now, the final two questions that I'm sure you're asking yourself. How do I bring in 95 to 120 leads in 30 days? And how much will I actually need to spend in ad spend in 30 days to bring in that amount of leads? For the first question, how do I bring in 90 to 120 leads or so? The answer is make great creatives, have a great offer, and actually have a strategy behind what you're doing. Now for the second question, how much will I need to spend in 1 month to generate between 95 and 120 leads? This depends on a few factors. How good is your creative? How good is your offer? And how good is your agency or media buyer at actually doing their job? To give you a straight answer for this example, let's take the average cost per lead in the med spa industry, which is $30 per lead. If you are consistently able to generate leads for $30 for your ad campaign, you will need to spend between $2,850 upwards of $3,500 in 1 month to generate between 90 to 120-ish leads. When it comes to our agency and working for our clients, we're able to consistently generate leads under $30 for our clients. But the key thing to note here is that things do take time. And ultimately, it will take us time to find the winning recipe of audience, creative, copy, etc. So to recap all of this for you, if you want to bring in 30 new patients in 30 days, you're going to have to spend between $2,850 and $3,500 in 1 month to generate between 90 to 120-ish leads. Of those 90 to 120 or so leads, you'll need 38 to 48 people to actually book appointments. And of those 38 to 48 people, you'll need 30 of those people to actually show up to your clinic. Now, something important to note is that digital marketing campaigns do take a lot of diligent focus, effort, testing, and iteration on multiple fronts. It is actually not easy to maintain a 35 to 40% lead to booking rate and to get a 70 to 80% show rate. But with the right team and the willingness to do the work and ultimately diligent focus in the right places, you can achieve these results and even better, and be able to run profitable ad campaigns that take your business to the next level. Good luck and happy marketing.